Here's a question for all my Gen Xers out there. Do you ever think back to all the recording artists and musicians you used to look up to back in the day? Back when the world wasn't politically divided? And do you wonder what side of the divide they're on today? Like if they're still around now? Are they woke or are they based? And you almost don't want to know the answer in case it's not what you wanted. Do you know what I mean? For example, a lot of the punks, the ones who were most anti-establishment back in the day when they were famous, turned out to be libtards in their later years. And by that, I mean woke, mainstream media-loving, farmer-addicted, authoritarian vanguards. Yeah, and it's often a surprise, right? The ones who acted most rebellious in their younger days end up being the most conformist. Like Robert De Niro, for example. Remember when he was like, "You're talking to me? You're talking to me?" And then during the pandemic, he's hiding behind a sofa, shouting at people for not wearing a mask and questioning the shots. And then you got the opposite, Roseanne Barr, for example, who's based as fuck. But I suppose that's no surprise because she was always non-conformist, right? But you know who else is really based? I was so happy to discover this. You will never guess. Enya. Because she could have turned out to be a social justice warrior from hell, right? But no, she's based. I suppose when you listen to her music, who can say where the wind blows? Yes, who can say where the wind blows, where the day flows, only time. That tells you how supremely chilled that bitch was. But you know another one that was a surprise? Well, actually, it was absolutely no surprise to anybody with half a brain. But I remember the gays had a meltdown when they found out that Paris Hilton was conservative. Look at her. She's a Barbie doll. She's a blonde Barbie doll heiress. How could she possibly be woke? With all her handbags and high heels, how could she possibly support the destruction of capitalism? With all that peroxide, how could she possibly support banning the plastic straw? I mean, really, it's quite simple. You just have to look at someone and ask yourself, are they beautiful and healthy? Beautiful, healthy, and based. They just go hand in hand, right? Because you can't be beautiful, healthy, and woke, can you? Especially if you're privileged. You've got financial privilege and you've got pretty privilege too. Your entire existence would just be pure guilt. But that's why some end up chopping off their tits.